Hey everybody, this is James Caldwell going on with my series. I'm just saying, we're going to talk about Married to Medicine episode 13 of season 2. We started right off into this episode. Quad was actually picking up Toya and they were going to be going on down to, they're going to court to appear in court for Rico. That damn Mariah is actually bringing charges against him of stalking and some other foolishness. She is a PFA out on him and all this kind of carrying on, like she's so afraid of him and he attacked her at that fashion show, which was all just a bunch of bullshit. But again, I've said that before, she's so goddamn miserable till she'll pull anybody in to play the game with her that she can. They went down, everything turned out as it should have. The charges were found as frivolous and they were thrown out. You know, they didn't show inside the courtroom, but they were laughing. Rico, Quad, and Toya were laughing when they came out saying that she was doing the most. She was in there crying and carrying on, and he's a man and all this bullshit, which I had talked about in a couple videos back, that I knew she was going to pull that card. Ridiculous, grasping at straws. It's like she's getting to, she's losing her grip completely, and she's just grasping at straws with these people. It's ridiculous. So then we end up going to see her. She's in the midst of Mariah. She's in the midst of trying to launch this Cinnamon Girl line. She's basically trying to launch her own MLM, I guess is what it is where she'd like to go with it. But at any rate, it's, nutrition bars and all this stuff. So she had a photo shoot that she was going to be doing. I look up and I'm like, where the fuck did Shay come from? Like, seriously? Where the fuck she come from? So she's ended up being this model, and it was just giving more gossip. You know, we're sitting here and they're talking about what they heard on the streets and this, that, and the other. And Mariah's trying to give her side. They're giving, honey, that's not what we heard. Then the one girl goes, and then they come on, and the conversation turned around some type of way. And now all of a sudden, now they're claiming that Rico's on drugs. Really? Really? I can't see it. Don't know the man, but I can't see it. As busy as he is, I just can't see it. But again, it looks like another grasp at straws to me to try to ruin his name. Messy. Just messy. Absolutely messy. And the thing is, clean up your own backyard before you start fucking around in somebody else's front yard. Because Mariah, I believe, stays so motherfucking drunk till... How in the fuck do you know what anybody's doing? How can you see my recreational over your recreational? Because there's nobody that's going to tell me that she don't be drunk as fuck with some of this shit that she does. Some of the behavior patterns, period, between her and Shoot Lucy, you'd have to be drunk to even process that bullshit. So I really don't like that type of shit. That's just really raunchy, you know. Because those are hard things to get up off of your name if they're not actually true. You know what I mean? And even if they are true, what the fuck does it matter? What the fuck does it matter? Because we've already covered the fact that you're all shady and shit, and you don't really, it's not like you're supporting him. So why the fuck do you care if he's on drugs, Mariah? Because he ain't smoking up none of your motherfucking money. Okay? So you keep looking in the bottom of whatever bottle it is that you're looking at, and leave that boy alone. Leave that boy alone. You lost. It's over with that. You lost. Let him go. Leave it alone. You know, because it seems to me that he was an asset to you. And you seem to be a liability to him. But I'm sure you don't see it that way because you know how you get down. Anyway, moving on. Mariah, again, see, there was a lot of Mariah shit this episode. So, you know, I was sitting there on the couch like, really? The fuck? Anyway, but she's trying to do her launch. She's gone and now she's inviting everyone. Okay? So she's inviting all the girls and she's going to their houses individually to drop off invitations trying to show face. I watch too much TV for this bullshit, okay? This was some shit that was done years ago on My Sweet 16 on MTV, where they did invitations that were in a scroll and the little girl delivered them door to door. Here we go. One reality biting off the other reality. But this is what she's doing. She's riding all around town. She's giving these people these invitations. She went to Simone's house, and of course, Simone don't have anything against Mariah, so she's kind of, she's back and forth. I told you she's a ditzo, but she doesn't have anything against Mariah, and she shouldn't, be nasty to Mariah if her and Mariah are good. So I agree with that. So she goes to Simone's, but Mariah was shady to Simone, she like pushing at her and carrying on, but whatever. She gave her the invitation. I think everything's pretty cool with them too, so that was cool. Then she goes to Heavenly's house. Y'all know I don't do Heavenly, okay? And I'm noticing with Twitter and a couple different things, people are starting to like Heavenly more, because I don't think a whole lot of people were liking her. But people are taking more to Dr. Heavenly. She's looking better. That's definite. I give credit where the credit is due, because Dr. Heavenly, your look was a motherfucking fool in the beginning of the goddamn season, baby. Them weaves, girl, please. But you look better. You really are looking good. I'm going to give you that. She's lost more weight. You're really looking good. But your personality, which is like the same thing with me and Mariah, I just can't. You're just not, I just can't. Sorry. But whatever. And then what I didn't like, you all made this little pact. I thought the pact was very childish in the first place. Well, we're just all not going to do this, that, and the other. Now, they say so much about Quad. They can't get enough of talking about Quad. Quad's not doing all this. Quad's giving very much of, listen, I don't fuck with Mariah. I'm not trying to fuck with Mariah. If y'all are doing something with Mariah, I'll catch you motherfuckers on the flip side. Boom. And that's it. She's not forcing anybody not to fuck with Mariah. She's not fucking with Mariah. And I believe the only person that she would require don't fuck with Mariah is her motherfucking husband. Okay? So she's not forcing anybody into anything, but everybody's jumping on the bandwagon because, see, she's done something to all of them. Okay? And yes, she talked about Heavenly, but Heavenly took her motherfucking box head ass up on that phone. And she was talking to Simone, and she also had talked to Mariah when Mariah got to her house, giving very much of, well, you needed to come and tell us your side of the story because we've heard Quad's story over and over and over. Really, Boxhead Heavenly? You bouncing back and forth now? Carrying on? Last I checked, you motherfuckers kept bringing Mariah up. Yeah, once the subject comes up, yeah, Quad goes in about how she felt, and her thing is more of how she hurt her and why she won't tell the truth. But that kind of said like you was tired of hearing it. Really? See, that's what I'm talking about. I can't do all that. But anyway, so they're both talking about they going on to the little Cinnamon Girl launch and all this kind of business. And this is what I'm going to say. You're so done with Quad, Mariah, and all that. And I talked about it last week. But she's talking about inviting Quad to this Cinnamon Girl launch. See, because Cinnamon Girl, again, that whole MLM thing, your net worth is whatever your network is. So if Quad ain't shit, why are you worried about inviting her? You're so in your feelings and you're so down with what you believe and how wrong you were done, Mariah. But when you put a dollar bill on it, look like you flip over like a pancake. Yet another personality trait that I don't have time for. Anyway, moving on. Toya is in her house. She got the little house that she's renting. And what the fuck is the shade with Bravo when they put it up there and they gave Toya and flashed it in her new rent-to-own house? That was so shady. So shady. And the thing is, there's really nothing wrong with her renting the house, but she just need, you know the group of women you're in, and when it comes to financial things, they're a little shady. They look down their nose a little bit. She should have just shut up and kept it to herself. Honest to goodness, she should have kept it to herself. I just don't think your financial business is anything that really needs to be put out there like that, because you know who you're dealing with. You know who you're dealing with. You know, Toya, that you're not financially as set as a lot of the other ladies, and you need to. You should have just left that alone. Just don't say anything. You put yourself into positions, and that's why you've been named Tacky Toya, because that shit's tacky as fucking hell. But anyway, let's move on. But the house is gorgeous. It really is, and I'll give you that. So y'all know I'm not a big Toya fan. I will tell her. I think it was very good, Toya, that you did what you did for Rico. That was really nice. That was responsible, and that was very good of you. But girl, anyway, your house is beautiful. I hope you like it. I hope you got everything that you wanted. But the house is actually gorgeous. It really is. She was going up before she ever seen the inside, but the house it's a fabulous house. Next, we went on to Lisa Nicole. That was basically the rest of the actual thing that was going on. Lisa Nicole had her fashion show, and the fashion show was off the hook. It was everything. It really was. That 200 Peachtree, I said it before, because Kiki Wyatt had did something there. The place is gorgeous, but Lisa Nicole and Dwight did the damn thing. They hooked it up. It was so sharp. She did a 4-collection show, which was pretty cool. Now, what I didn't get the dancers in the beginning. I didn't catch I didn't know about the dancers. That kind of threw me off, but I know it was probably for the most part to get the attention of the audience, to draw people in. Me personally, no, with her and her husband, and basically everything they do basically for their children and the success of their family. I would have probably set my kids down the runway first. I would have let my children open the show. That would have been very cute. It really is a legacy that she's setting up for her children. And they are old enough to have actually handled that, actually opening the show. Put them in some cute outfits and set them on down. But again, that brings me back to my point. Lisa Nicole's not really a designer, so I guess she really couldn't have just like designed something off the cuff for her kids. But she could have had something done. Whatever. Anyway, it was fabulous. I would have opened up with the kids. I think that would have been a beautiful icebreaker. I thought that would have been very nice. But all of that was cool. All of that was good. When we got to the end of it, basically, when we ended the show for the most part, Quad was speaking with Simone. Simone wanted to speak with Quad. And she was telling her, she felt like she was basically holding her hostage and the friendship. But that's all Simone's assessment. Quad ain't said a damn thing. She ain't told you can't do shit. That was your assessment. Quad told her, girl, do what she said. Do what you want to do. Simone, I ain't told you not to do that. Well, I will. And then she walked off. And my Quad stood there, baby, said, bitch, just walk away. Yeah, girl, she walked away from you. But again, she didn't think she was breaking it up. She's a ditz. She just walked on off. She was done talking. She's a goon, honey. But whatever. So she going about her business. So that's basically what happened. We're moving. Next week is actually the finale. So there's going to be some shit coming down. And also we're going to actually see the Puppy Couture show, which I can't wait to see how all that turns out. So I think the finale, naturally, we usually do get good shit with them when they start cliffhanging us. Let me talk about, really briefly, a couple minutes here, and I'm not going to dedicate a whole lot to this. But naturally, with me doing these vlogs, and there's, we're all out there. There's the vloggers are out there. It is funny to me that it's funny when the actual reality stars and that's what they are. You guys are stars. You're on television every week. You have fan bases that follows your stars, in your own right. And it is funny. It's cute when they reach out to you and you realize that they actually see you. So that's cool. But I don't want a misunderstanding, okay? I have been reached out to. Quad actually saw one of my videos and she tweeted me and said that she liked the video. And that just basically really made my day. Because again, I am crazy about her. I've also been tweeted by Selena Johnson. She's seen one of my videos and she had something to say about it. And that was cool. Now, I got tweeted last week by Mariah. And basically what Mariah was doing was kind of Twitter stalking. One of her followers basically, I guess she's seen some videos, and she came with this whole thing of, why are you hating on Mariah, blah, 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 blah. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that was the beginning of a waste of a motherfucking conversation for the most part, because first of all, I don't hate Mariah, okay, because I don't know Mariah. So I don't hate Mariah. All I report on is what I see. And my whole point was, I don't hate Mariah. I don't know the lady. All I can say is her personality is not for me. The way she acts, the way she carries herself is not for me. Now, we're having this conversation. Now, one of my followers actually, and I hate to say follower like that. She's a basic, like, she's a Twitter friend. And she, and shouts out to Love Hope on Twitter. But she jumped in, and me and Love Hope were, we were going back and forth. So her and I and the woman who, and her name escapes me right now on Twitter, but she was basically upholding Mariah. I'm not in the game of trying to uphold Quad. I don't have to uphold Quad. Quad is doing whatever Quad's doing, and the shit's working. You see it, and that's why you felt the need to question me. So she's going on with this, Quad is just as evil as Mariah. No, she's not. And her personality jails, and it works for me. The thing is, Quad can be as evil as Mariah, which is why I am so drawn to her. Same thing, I could be the nicest person in the world, but I could be the worst black bitch you've ever seen if you cross me. So that attracts me to her. Okay, but the whole thing was, I'm not here to go back and forth with anybody like that. I went back and forth with her. We had a very decent conversation. She didn't get out of pocket. I didn't get out of pocket. Love Hope didn't get out of pocket. We had a decent conversation. Now, in the midst, I did see where basically Mariah was being, I guess, I don't even know what they even call that on Twitter, like CCing. So she's getting the conversation. So we were done. And I actually even made a comment about, I was glad that we were able to talk that out. And I was able to give her, because I was able to answer her question. These are the reasons why I like Quad. I won't apologize for them. I love her. And it just is what it is. I love what she portrays on television. It is what it is. So toward the end of it, I remember the last comment that I made, basically that why I didn't do Mariah was a few things. She was self-absorbed. Okay? And she's delusional. So a couple hours later, I get a tweet from Mariah. Okay? Nothing fake about me. I don't follow Mariah. Like I said, I don't do her. I don't follow her. I don't follow Toya. I don't follow Dr. Heavenly. They just don't, they're not my characters that I need to see on there. But she tweeted me, and it was, was I delusional last season when I was Team Quad? And I answered her, yes, you were. Yes, you were. You were delusional, and you did not take into account how much the public would take the Quad. And again, how does she have any way of knowing that? But then she tweets me back that she knew everybody would take the Quad, blah, 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 blah. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because with your personality, Mariah, had you known the American public would have took the Quad the way you did, you would have pushed Quad as far away from that motherfucking TV show as you possibly could have. And the reason why I see you, Mariah, I have family members that I've dealt with that are just like you. I make clothes just like Rico does. I've sat around and been used and taken advantage of. And then as soon as I don't do what someone wants me to do, then I'm the worst bitch in the world, or whatever my talent isn't good enough anymore. So that was that. Now, I will give Mariah this. She wasn't nasty to me when she tweeted. And I wasn't nasty back to her. And I left her with a question which told the story. My last thing I said, I asked her, tell me this. What is it that Quad can do to get out of your debt for you so-called making her relevant? Or is it a lifelong debt? Well, let me tell you, Miss Mariah Huck, the real Mariah Huck on Twitter, never responded. Now, this was basically like last Tuesday. I still haven't gotten a response for that question from Mariah. So here we go. This is Monday, the following week. I'm not looking for a response anymore. I got my response. And guilty the fuck as charged. There's nothing that Quad can do to get out of her debt because that's who Mariah is. Anything I do for you, you fucking owe me for the rest of your life. And that was the point I was making. I don't hate Mariah. I don't have anything against her. I don't know her. But she's not my kind of people, okay? And that's all the fuck that I was saying. She's not my kind of people. Now, when I report on Shoe Lucy and the sister and all that shit, I'm reporting on what I see. They are a motherfucking fool. Okay, now, let's go back. I even went as far as, I said, let me find out some things about this girl. Because I don't want to just be, blurting out all the negative. Let me give you this, Mariah Huck. The fact that you are the executive producer, fabulous. Fabulous. The fact that you are a writer, just as I am, fabulous. And I didn't know that she pitched the show for like 4.5 years before she actually got picked up. That's fabulous. The endurance of it is fabulous. Fabulous the fact that you actually are doing something that is one of my dreams. Taking something that you put on paper and making it a reality. I'll give you all the credit in the world for that, Mariah, and I don't wish anything bad for you. I hope the show stays on 6-7 seasons like the other stuff. Fabulous. But, I had to keep on looking, darling. I had to keep looking. And then I start going backwards. You were this person. I don't care what you say. You can tell us anything you want. You are the person that I see. You are the bitch that believes that everybody owes you. You are that girl. Okay? I seen her in a damn interview. Really nice interview she did. And that interview was actually with Arise Entertainment 360. Baby, you speak your truth. It falls out your mouth. There's nothing that you can do because you are that girl. You're that nasty bitch. You are her. She made a comment. They asked her a question about mixing business and pleasure when it comes to her husband. You called yourself making a joke, which ain't no joke, which as long as I'm the boss. That's not a joke. That's who you are. I went back. I started looking at old episodes, listening to things that you've said. Let's go back, people. Do you remember the episode when Toya uninvited Mariah to the spooky ookie, that dumb shit that she gave? And what was your comment, Mariah? I reminded her, to whom much is given, much is required. Boom! Guilty again! You were saying this raunchy, sideways bullshit last season and we weren't really paying you any attention. Then, I did notice this. I didn't even have to go back for this. Okay? I saw your claws toward the end of the season anyway. Because all that bullshit with Quad and her husband and the mug shots and all of that, you handed that ammunition to Carrie and them. You handed it to them like you were loading a gun. You are that girl, okay? So, again, for all of your accomplishments, my hat's off to you. For all of your bullshit, I will not apologize for anything that I have said up to this point. It is what it is. It was lovely talking to you on Twitter. But baby, you got nothing accomplished with me on Twitter. All you did was prove to me that you were that girl. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this right on up. And I have been contacted by, I've had a conversation basically with Quad, and I actually got time to actually speak with her. And guess what? She's that girl too. She's the girl that she basically is saying that she is. I got, in my conversation with her, Quad is Quad. She's just as silly as she is when you see her on the show. She's fun and she was full of life the same way. And I didn't get hateful. I didn't get... She is who I saw. I was attracted to her character. And she was who I saw. She's that girl. Mariah, she's nasty. Curtain sideways. She's that girl. So, yes, reality. I'll give Married to Medicine. It's reality TV. And the reality of it is, I like Quad. I don't care for Mariah. And I won't apologize for it. And on that, you guys, thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for listening. You can thumbs up the video or you can thumbs down the video. You guys know how that works. Please leave comments. I love to hear what you guys think. I love to see what you guys have going on and see if you could change my mind. You know, it's always a fair game if you want to try to change my mind. But that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week when we do the finale. And Team Quad, honey. I'm part of the Quad Squad, baby. Lady Q, shout out. Have a good one, babe. And thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.